Hello guys. Today we have two assignments. Welcome back, first of all. We have two assignments. One of them is this particular one here, which is how to add sound to your trigger, which is very short, so that's why you have two of them. And then the other one is how to open a door. And then we're going to go into just some of the details. All right, so let's go ahead and begin with the sound. You're on the sound assignment. And by the way, you'll go back to your portal to look for the other assignment, which is about the door. Okay, this particular one is on sound. So the first thing you're going to do is when you start, you're going to go to web browser. You're going to go ahead and click on Google, and you're going to go to Google. And there's a website called findsounds.com. It's called findsounds.com. Now, that particular website basically allows you to search for sound effects that are basically free. So that's what we'll be doing. We're going to be looking for a sound, for example, alarm. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and search that. So we're going to search for alarm. And here we go. We have here different types of alarms. So you could choose whichever one you like. Let's look at this one. That was a little bit annoying. So let's try not to get that one. Let's try to maybe get the siren alarm. Let's see about this one. You hit play over here. It's also annoying. They're all kind of annoying, but there's a lot of them, so you could choose from any one that you want. I'm just going to get that one for now. All right, so once you choose the one you want and like, you go ahead and go to these three little dots over here. You click on it and say download. That's going to download directly to your download folder. So you wait till it downloads. Once it downloads, then you're going to go ahead and go to your hub, which you guys know how to do. You notice over here, or again, remember that you have RD, which is the login for myself, and that's something that you have to have there because it's important. Then you're going to go to the old trigger project, the one that you made, not in the actual cabin, but the one that you did just separately. Okay, it's the one that's called Trigger Project. And we're going to go ahead and open that one up. So we're going to click on it. It says it's already open, so that's good. So I'm going to come over here, and it opens up. That's what it should look like, the one that we did on just the how do you call that? The platform that we did. All right, so make sure that it still works. It should work. You should be able to hit play and go in. It turns green. Come out. It turns back to red. So what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you now how to actually add that sound also when you go in. Okay? It could be a scary sound. You didn't have to put alarm. It could be a scary sound. It could be a door creaking. It could be any of those things. Okay? Because remember, we're trying to do a game here that's a little bit like scary. Okay? All right. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to go back to our project tab right over here. And we're going back to our assets. Notice that the assets is the main folder. That's the main folder where you have everything, okay? Where all your folders should be labeled, and you should have folders for different things, okay? Whether it's materials, whether it's sounds, or whatever you may want. In this case, I made a folder called sound, okay? Because we want to put our sound in there. Now, how do you remember how to make a folder? You right click and you say create, and you go to folder, and you just basically create it. In my case, I have it already here. It's called sound. So I'm going to open it up, and you notice I have a sound already from before, but I'm going to go ahead and now bring in that other sound that I had, which was the one of the alarm. So I'm going to right click over here. I'm going to go to import new asset. Once I click on import new asset, I'm going to go in to my downloads, and it's called Dive In. That's the sound effect that I downloaded. You could tell because it's a wave file. It could be an MP3 file or it could be a wave file. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and import it. And I'm going to click on it first, of course, and then import it. And it's going to show up right over here. It takes a second for it to install, to download, or to place it in here. So it's called Dive. Okay, if you want to, you could change the name of the actual file. Right now it's called 05 Dive In. So I may want to rename that. You don't have to, but to a name that's a little bit more specific to what it is. So it's an alarm, and I'm going to put Dive In. It's like a dive in alarm. I guess it's something that has to do with a submarine or something. So dive in, and there it is, alarm dive in. Okay, so that's what it is. I've got it set up. Now I can go back to my Playmaker tab over here. And remember that in order to trigger something, okay, we wanted it to basically be when we go inside of the trigger. So we're going to click on trigger over here. And you're going to notice over here now that when I click on these two states, remember these are called states, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is to, basically the first thing I'm going to do is to choose the state over here, this one over here, which is called the change color state, because that's what is being triggered, is what's going to happen when I enter that trigger. I'm going to basically change or add, change color and then add that sound. So what we do is, if you notice over here, you have to have this one selected. It's important that you select this one, because if you select this one, you notice over here it's different over here on the right. Okay, those are the properties of the state of the waiting state. It's not the properties of the change color state. You have to make sure to have it on this one selected, the change color state. And this, of course, has to be on state. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another action, okay, to this. It's a very simple process. We're going to add another action. We're going to go to here to the action browser. And when we click on that, let me get rid of this here. It opens up our action window. And you're going to type in play sound. Okay, so notice over here it says play sound. You can either drag it over here if you want to, right underneath this one over here, the one that says set material color, or you can just basically double click on it. So it's up to you. Okay, I like to sometimes just drag it in, and there it is. Okay, there is my play sound. All right. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, since I already have my sound inside my folder, when I click on this little target over here where it says audio clip, you should be able to see the sound in here. And it is. It says alarm dive in. Notice that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and double click on that. And now it loaded right in there, okay? If you can see that. All right, sorry, I have this thing that shows up every now and then. I gotta close it now. Okay, all right, so now I've got the alarm dive in. Okay, notice that before I had a little red asterisk here is because it needed that sound. All right, so that's pretty much it. If I hit play now, you're gonna notice that I'm gonna hit play right over here, and I'm gonna go into it and let's see what happens. It should sound off at the same time. It should change colors on me. All right, so here we go. It's doing its thing. It's loading up. It's probably a pretty long sound, or a pretty yeah, it's a long sound. Here we go. So we're going to go forward, and it sounds the alarm. Okay, you guys heard that. I'm coming back out. It does not sound the alarm because I don't want it to sound the alarm. Okay, I would have to put a loop for it to sound again, but I wouldn't want to, because if you go into a room, it sounds the alarm. So now every time I go in and out, go out of that room, it's going to sound the alarm again. Again, if I come in here, it sounds the alarm. So it sounds the alarm every time I go into the room. That could be a scary sound. It could be whatever you'd like. Now, there's other ways of, let's say, making that not sound every time, only once in the game. So if you go to that room, it sounds one time, and that's it. I'll show you how to do that later on, not today. But that's it. That's all you got to do right now. Once you finish this one, then you got to go to the other one, the other assignment that's in the portal, and it's about how to open a door. All right? Thank you very much. I will see you when you're done.